I think the context of the agitation for a national conference must be properly situated. Some of us today who are also in the Joint Action Front were part of the struggle, then the campaign for democracy. You see, and the context of an agitation for a conference flow from a struggle, not the other way around. So the context of a conference that people are agitating today are basically either on ethnic line, you see, or sectional interest. And that's not what JAF is all about. There is the need for a struggle, because today you have a country in Nigeria that is not working. And the country is not working not just because there is an ethnic divisiveness or there is a religious divisiveness. The country is not working because you have a few Nigerians who access to the economy determine the directions of appropriations, you see, in the interest of very few at the expense of the majority. It's not a conference that is given, you see, and that is the limitations, you see, of anybody now talking about a Jonathan conference. You must struggle to the point, because you can cite the South African example. You see, it's not a conference that was given. It's a conference that arose, you see, out of the apartheid state not being able to continue in the old ways, you see, of ruling in that state and co. So a conference situations arose when there is a balance of forces, when there is a stalemate. Power is not given, power is fought for, power is struggled for. So if a Jonathan is giving a conference, he dictates the conference. That's the point. So conferences are not things that are held in the comfortable air condition. So when you are also going to run a conference on the basis of the terms of those who are currently profiting from that system, then you must know that you are making a mockery of that. Because the best that will happen is to do what you can call a power compromise in negotiations that end up accommodating some of the elements who are parroting now, national conference now, as part of power must be. And once they cannot satisfy their individual interest, then they feel all is okay. We need much more than that. What Nigerians need is a total change in that system. You must do a struggle. Because it's like you are fighting now. They say when you fight, you discuss. You have not done that necessary fight for a Jonathan to know that sovereignty belongs to you. So if a Jonathan is calling a conference, and you believe in that conference, and I say that conference is sovereign, how do you enforce a conference? You enforce a conference with your power. You see, it is the fear of the people, you see, that forced Jonathan to a negotiation. You saw what happened in Egypt. You see, the conference was raised in the context of a struggle. It's a thing that a collapsing state is forced to accede to. Not on his own terms, but on the terms of the people. People are calling a convenient conference to go and negotiate on how they are now going to be, those who have been excluded in the looting of our resources, you get, are now going to be accommodated in the continuous looting of the resources. Using the names, you get it now, using the cover of ethnicity, using the cover of religion. Because you ask yourself now, let the northern elders go and call a conference of the northern people and ask what are the demands of the northern people. And tell the northern people, this is how much that we have collected over the years in the name of the northern people. What have you spent to better the life of the northern people? Why would there not be a Boko Haram today in the north? Why would not there be militants in the Niger Delta? So we must not, you see, our elements who have profited and who have created the basis for the ruins of our country. To today, you get it now, under the guise of now representing the interests of our people. Because I will ask you now, I'm from this part of the country. I said there's a conference today. Is it a Fashola that want to go and represent Lagosians? A Fashola with the resources of Lagos is destroying the values of our people here. He was a product of free tuitions in the universities. Today, thousands of Lagosians cannot access university education. Is that the person now claiming to represent the interests of Yoruba people? That's the point that I'm making. that you have the same element in the ruling elite who today have been marginalized by the problem that they have created over time. We should now becoming the champions. You see the ethnic champions now.